Good morning, you guys, or afternoon, or evening, or you know what? Let's leave this open. Today on Summerfield Farm and Draft Horses, we have a messy barn. Well, it's not really messy. It's just the sawhorses. When we finally finish all this stuff up, we'll take those apart. So I have to move that, and I have to move the sawhorses because I need this whole area for today. So stick around and let's see what comes next. Good boy, Jarvis. Watch out, that's electrified. Don't touch it. Yes, and you're gonna get a zap if you touch that. There. Very good, everybody. Everybody's happy. Let's go get a little somebody. So I've got Miss Reba with me, and we're going to do a couple little things. Jarvis is already tied up in the barn. Darcy is already locked in the barn. So we're going to bring her in and tie her close to Jarvis and do her feet, because she's got thrush on her feet, so we need to treat her feet and make sure that she's okay. But, alright, let's go to the barn. So the two of them are quiet. We're just going to keep this a very nice, relaxed, quiet introduction. He just pooped, so I'm sure she's going to poop too. She's a little stressed from being in here. She doesn't know why she's in here. She's never been in the barn. And of course, Mr. Fart a lot over there. He's a little stressed. So we're just going to make this a very nice, quiet introduction and make sure everybody behaves. Very good. Good job, buddy. Good job. Let me finish picking up your poop. Yeah, you did good too. pretty good. Don't quite trust her with the back feet, at least not yet. I'll do the back feet when we can put them together. Usually you don't want to mess around with the back feet on the very first day of meeting. So we're going to bring her back into the pasture, and we'll let her go and let her do her thing, and then I'll bring Jarvis over and we'll let him do his thing. We'll wander him around for a minute or two, because they weren't along together as much as she and he were, she and Mr. Darcy. So we'll go from there. Well, I'm gonna go get Darcy. I'll let him out. I'm gonna gather there might be a little something, but there might be not. We'll see what happens. Let's go get Darcy. Well, I think that went smashingly well. So I'm going to watch them for at least an hour. I want to make sure that everything's okay. And Jarvis is going to stay in there. That's the plan. He's going to stay in there for the day. And then I'll put the two of them back together overnight. And maybe all of them will be together overnight. So not really sure about that. But we're going to play it by ear, make sure everybody behaves, and nobody is extra stressed out. Yeah, we'll go from there. Good job. Good job, bud. Very impressive. I think the babies want her food more than they do. So feeding was super easy. they've all been really getting closer together during the day. And of course Jarvis gets his bucket first, he gets his bucket second, as always. And I just fed her down here so she would be away, and this little guy wouldn't feel uncomfortable about trying to chase her away, because he's obviously not very happy. The tail gives it away, the ears give it away, but he'll get over it. The funny thing is he's become high horse in this herd of 3, and he pushes her around. He's not mean about it, but he kind of gives her the stink eye, kind of like what mares do. And she very gently and kindly and slowly moves away. She doesn't get fussy about it. But she does come in, so she wants to be with them. Jarvis will allow her to be with him. And Darcy just does his own thing like usual, because he's a grumpy old man. So, that's the end of that. Successful integration and a beautiful sunset, you guys. And it's starting to cool off a little bit. I'm a little bit of a wind blown because it was really kind of windy this afternoon. But everybody's doing well. Everybody looks good. Here we are. See, it's so hazy. Oh well, you'll have to deal with it. So I get my coat and all that stuff on, but everybody's doing great. Now, I know I'm going to be asked, why did I do it this way? And why did it take so long? And why didn't I just put everybody together? Well, there's never one really good way to introduce a herd of horses together. There's a bunch of different ways you can do it, depending on the horse and you and your situation and your layout and just everything. There's so many different reasons and ways to do it. Like at my old barn where I came from, after a 2-week quarantine, they went nose to nose and then they went out after a couple days. So it was different. Her layout was totally different than what I have. And the herd that she had was totally different than the herd I have. So in this situation, what I did is I just actually waited for her and them to tell me when they were ready. So we did with the feet. I knew he was going to be good, and he did great. She wasn't fussy, so I knew she would be good. I was worried about him, but this afternoon when we went into the barn and tested it out, make sure that it was in a safe environment so nobody could get hurt, bit, or whatever. Yeah, I learned from that experience. I knew that they would be okay. So when you put in everybody all together, that's when you can have problems because the dynamics change. And when horses are all kept apart and then they're chucked all back together again, the dynamics changes again. And if they're not used to it, then your hierarchy is changing every single solitary time. And that could be detrimental to a couple of horses, especially for bites and kicks and so forth. But if they're used to something like that, then they're like kids and they just kind of look forward to it. They're like, yes, we're going to have playtime. So when you introduce a new horse to a herd, be it established, brand new, whatever, you have to just kind of feel it out. You have to feel out the horse. You have to feel out your situation. And they'll let you know. You know, if they're not ready, then you'll know. You know? Ears, stink eye, tail swishing, tense body. You know, you'll see all of that. I mean, all of that. Horses will yell and scream if you're paying attention. So, yeah, these guys said that, hey, I'm okay. We're just chill. She's chill. We just laid back. Yeah, come on in. We're used to having people come on in. And they are, you know. So that's how we did it. And she's doing great. Now we're just going to work on everybody eating a little closer together, but that will come in time. The biggest thing is to make sure when you do something like this is to have multiple water stations, multiple feeding stations, and if you can, multiple shelters. because if one gets kicked out on the side, you want to have a place where they can run off to, so she's not always fighting for water, or he's not always trying to fight for all the food or whatever. You want to make sure that you have enough everything everywhere, so it's very easy for them to go, yeah, I'm not going to fight you for that. I get water over there, and have them just walk away. So that's that. That's how I did it. And if you guys have questions, write them in the comments. And I'm going to try to do a fireside. I don't want to say fireside chitty chat, because that's copycatting. That's copycatting somebody. But I'm going to try to do another live chat. I'd like to try to do it once a week if I can. I don't know how my schedules are going to be, doing interviews for work and doing interviews for training, so it's kind of crazy. But once I get a handle on my schedule, I'll try to schedule in a live chat, because you guys had some really great questions during my live chat, and I'm really super awesome. I'm really super happy that you guys all came in. Yeah, I'm super awesome too. No, not really. No, I just listen. And these guys talk a lot. So with that in, I'm going to say see you guys later. I'm going to give all of these guys a good brush down, kind of walk over, make sure everybody's eating properly, and that they're not wolfing and they're not stressed, although they look pretty good to me. But I don't want somebody, that guy, to push that guy out of his bucket, because he will run over, push her out of her bucket. So we'll see you next time. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. And we'll see you next time. Summerfield Farm and Draft Horses. Have a great evening, guys.